Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be discussing about focus lighting and fixtures. So of course the Q2 results are out, the con call is also done. So let's just get back on track and we'll start with the Q2 FY24 workshops. Okay. So first thing first, like as usual, like any of my other videos, we will spend 2 minutes understanding the business model, and then after that we will see the Q2 FY24 result and how the result has been and what has been the management commentary. Okay. So first, as the name itself suggests, focus lighting and fixtures, the company does lights. Okay. Now the difference between, let's say, whether a light that is made by a normal light company versus focus lighting and fixture is, focus lighting and fixture gives you a higher warranty. Let's say for like 5 years. For, let's say, a normal company, it gives you around 2 years. Okay. And the other thing is, in terms of energy efficiency is great here. The most important thing is they're trying to bridge a gap. They're trying to provide you that German quality, that high quality lights at an affordable price, because there was a huge gap in the market where you have the German quality lights, but they're too expensive for people to afford. And there are Chinese quality lights which are cheap. But having said that, the Chinese lights are not that great because they catch on fire and there are a lot of problems over there. So this is where focus lighting comes into the picture, and they try to bridge a gap. And of course, this is where they want to work with. Now, let us first go through the Q2 FY24 results and see how it has done, right? So if I have to talk about result at a glance, you will see that the company has done fantastic, right? Because they usually guide for this 25 to 30%. And the other thing is, the management has told repeatedly over the period that, like, not to judge them on a QOQ basis, because QOQ can be very choppy because there is no order book visibility for them. But having said that, both on a year on year as well as QOQ terms, they have grown really well. If I have to tell, on a year-on-year basis, the top line has grown by 42%, and on a quarter-on-quarter basis, the top line has grown by 10%. PAT has grown by 92% on a year-on-year basis, and by 6.3% on a QOQ basis. Now you will see, right? Not I, one thing is for the top line and the bottom line to grow, but you need the bottom line, that is your profits, to grow at a faster rate than the revenue, because that really exhibits that the company is able to grip on their cost, and operating leverage is exhibited. You can see that also. Even the PAT margin has expanded. If I have to see, Q2 of last year versus Q2 of this year, Q2 of last year was 11.9%, and this year it has been 16.5%. So overall, in terms, if you have to look at your income statement and judge at a glance, everything is all good, everything is all fine. Now let us go in detail and understand, like what, because see, the result has been great, right? But now we have to go and see कि like आगे का देखना चाहिए, and for that the con call is very necessary, right? So to just brush upon that, first thing first is, अगर आप focus lighting का देखते हो, right, there are 4 important divisions for them. ठीक है, this is where they mostly operate: retail lighting, home lighting, outdoor lighting, and railway. These are the four how do I tell you, the four places that they cater to. Okay. First thing is the railway lighting, right? As you all know, this is something they have been, like, trying hard to really get in, because railway ka agar bada contract milta hai, it can really boost up their revenue. And in railway, you all know there are two types of vendors. Like, vendors are the people, right, who are supplying the materials. So in terms of vendors, there is an approved vendor and a developed vendor. Ek approved vendor jo hota hai, like, oh yeah, 1 second. Yeah. See, on approved versus developed vendor, what happened? That focused lighting was supposed to be a developed vendor by this August, but they're still an approved vendor. The reason is because jo railways ka jo management or the system that is there, the guidelines that has been changed. Now what has happened is that, although, let's say, you supply your raw materials, not raw materials, or you supply a product over there, right? You must, if you might have cleared all the criteria from being, whatever your product is, for it to be from approved to developed, whatever the product that you're supplying, that has cleared all the criteria, all the list. But having said that, this also has to, they have to work for 1 year. They have to check this product for 1 year and see how it works, and they have to make sure, the railway has to make sure that there has been no defects for 1 year, right? And then only you will get and then only you will become a developed vendor. So because of this whole developed vendor ka jo issue hai, it has been delayed by 1 year. So probably by next August is when they will become a developed vendor. And one of the reason why it is very, very important for them to become a developed vendor is because jo approved vendor hai, they can only bid for 20% of the cost, whereas the developed vendor can bid, I think 80% and more. So this is one of the reason why it is very important for them to be a developed vendor. Okay? So in terms of that, that is where the railways and only with the approved and developed vendor, and जो भी उन्होंने products बेचा है to Vande Bharat Express and the other things in the railway system is working well. The other thing that is there is retail, home lighting and outdoor lighting, ठीक है. And the company has made it clear कि like जो going forward they want to focus on I think it's outdoor lighting and home lighting. Yeah, outdoor lighting and home lighting they want to focus on. Here what they're doing is um, yeah, in outdoor lighting, let us first talk about it. In outdoor lighting, what has happened is they're focused on this landscape and all this facade lighting. Okay, and here they want to focus because both of these are large value. Okay, and they can increase the turnover to two to three x. And the other thing is they believe that the outdoor lighting, jo hai, they have a monopoly here. Right, like nobody is able to compete with them because nobody is. How do I put this? Nobody is complying to the norms that are there. So these are the only people who are able to do so. And another reason why it is beneficial for them is because जो भी outdoor lighting का है, the components that is there, it is same. As a result, जो inventory है उनका, that will get reduced by 40 to 60%. So this is what they're trying really hard. The other thing is they want to focus on retail lighting. ठीक है? In retail, by the way, in outdoor lighting, the patent has not been done yet, so they're trying to do the patent for that also. ठीक है? In the retail lighting also they want to focus because retail lighting is a commodity market, hai, right? So this is what they want to focus on. Here in retail lighting, again, like I told you, the USP is that you can save on energy 40 to 50% less. As a result, consumer can buy like probably one piece of lighting from Focus, for this for let's say a period of year, just an example. Uh, and if you're buying the other light, it will take you around like what, 4 pieces. So this is another reason, like they want to focus here because they believe they have a really good technology, and they're trying to introduce this whole thing in Europe, this retail lighting in Europe, and they believe like again 2 to 3 years it will take for them to get a very strong foothold here. Okay? And in outdoor lighting, like I told you, they want to focus more because, like I told you, monopoly hai unka, nobody is complying to the norms that they are doing, and advantages for them in terms of inventory. And I think there are two outdoor lighting projects that are going on. That is Indoor Dome Vista, and I do not have exactly the names right now. Um, yeah, yeah. I do not have exactly the names. Probably I'll write it under the description. Okay. So those are the two things. In home lighting, if I have to tell you, company has really invested heavily in home lighting, and whatever the high R&D that they're doing, also it has been the highest in terms of home lighting and indoor lighting that they have been doing. And in home lighting, they have 22 channel partners here, and they want to double it by next year. This is one thing that they are planning to do. And here, when it comes to channel partners that they do now, they give 50% of the cost when it comes to the channel partner if they have to set up a showroom or anything, and the other 50% of the cost is incurred by them. As a result, what happens in return, these people get a discount, and these people also don't have to spend a lot. So it is a win-win situation here. And talking about this home lighting also, right, they have started opening this experience center. Experience center का मतलब क्या है? Like जैसे अगर आपको गाड़ी खरीदना होता है, there is a showroom for that, right? Like so you can go and get a feel of how the गाड़ी is and you can do a test drive. Similarly here, the experience center is if you go there, you get to see the light, and you get a feel of the product. And one of the reasons they're doing it is not just to sell the product in this experience center, no, but also because these experience center act as a marketing for them. So people, like अगर आपने एक स्टोर देखा हो, साइड में बाजू में, like फोकस का, वो एक ब्रांड बिल्डिंग भी हो जाता है ना. That is one of the reasons that they're focusing here. And as of now, I think they have experience center in Bombay and Ahmedabad, and they want to open in Bangalore. I think by now it should be open because because today is December 6th, and December 4th they told by December 4th they will open an experience center in Bangalore. I think in Bangalore. Something of that sort, and then they want to open one in Delhi and the other one in Dubai. So probably 3 more experience centers. I do not know exact timelines when it will be opened in Delhi and Dubai. But having said that, in December, an experience center should open in Bangalore, right? By the way, the outdoor lighting, the two projects are Central Vista and Central Secretariat. Those are the two big projects that the company is working on as of now. I think last time they worked on a big temple and something else. I don't remember the names because I do end up. But having said that, yes, right, like you can see that all the four, how do I put this? All the four places that they cater to, whether it is railways, the retail, the outdoor lighting, and the home lighting. Everything is, going according to them and however they want to. The last thing to note down here is in terms of capex that we have. Whatever the capex that they've done until now, I think this year it is 3.6 crores of capex, and most of it is going on technology and putting up new computers. So it's not on like putting up a new plant or anything. And they already have a manufacturing plant in Ahmedabad, and that is underutilized. So if they have to do anything, because I believe there, I think around 40,000 square feet of land is still available in case tomorrow they have to manufacture something and do something, the land is still pretty available there. So that is another thing. So having said that, they're also planning to build a second unit there, but there is no timeline as to like when and how they are planning to do so. Okay. But having said that, overall the commentary with all the four categories that they cater to has been great. There has been no problem also. Everything has been going on great. Even in terms of cash flows also, if I have to say, if you see the balance sheet also, there is no asset liability mismatch. Hardly any debt also in the sheet. If you see the book value jo hai, equity based jo hota hai, that has increased by 10% over the last 6 months. So March FY23 से अगर आप 6 months के बाद देखते हो, the equity base also has increased. And one of the important things to note here in terms of cash flows, right? आप देखते हो the majority change है, because earlier until now the cash flows were negative, right? And I think for the first time the cash flows has become positive. So it used to be 1.5 crores, like negative 1.5 crores, and now it is positive, like it is 3 crores in this quarter. Like by the end of Q2 or by the end of H1, it was good. So and also one of the reason, because it has been, cash flows has been positive also, you're seeing a good amount of operating leverage also. If you see the breakdown of cash flows, again the cash flows mainly are stuck either in receivables or in inventory. It makes sense because receivables may, if they have to cater to this railways and this infra का project अगर ज्यादा होता है तो वहाँ पे receivables का थोड़ा बढ़ जाता है days. And also inventories also, like you all know, they have to keep the products ready, right? And they have to give a lot of samplings and do that. So inventories is always bound to increase. So this is not a problem. And also in terms, if I have to tell cash flows, even cash flows being negative for Focus is not a problem because it is a very, very small company. जो भी operation करेगा, they have to invest it back either in marketing or in their own, buying their own products. I mean, raw materials for their products and everything. So if it is a small company and they're using the money that they have generated to refuel its growth, it is absolutely no problem. The problem would be, let's say you have money and whatever money you have, instead of refueling it for growth, you're doing it like some other purposes, you're using it, right? Then it would be a problem. But a growth company mein jo cash flows are negative, I think it's absolutely okay. Okay. But having said that, yes, overall the outlook also remains very positive. Whatever the target that they have told, that they want to achieve 500 crores by FY26, FY27, that remains intact. They are still on path and on line to achieve that. The second thing is, like, the guidance also remains strong. As always, they have guided for 25 to 30%, and it still remains the same. And I think over the years, not over the years, sorry, but over the quarters, you've seen that they've always overperformed from the guidance, right? But yeah, the important thing I would like to note down here is, like I told you, their main focus this entire year has been on two things: outdoor lighting and home lighting. Okay, I think I did a mistake there. I think I told retail and home or something. I might have missed it. But yeah, their main focus is on two things: outdoor lighting and home lighting. I told you why in outdoor lighting, because unka inventories jo hai, it will be reduced by 40 to 60% because they're using the same components and they're a monopoly here. And उनका यहाँ पे technologies जो है, patents जो है यहाँ पे, patents are yet to do. But having said that, they are the only ones complying to the norms. In terms of home lighting also, I told you, right, because there is a lot of demand that they're experiencing when it comes to here. So these are the two reasons that two areas that they want to focus on. And here they tell, especially in these two areas, these are the two areas, one of the reason I quote unquote, this has been the words of the management, that they just don't see the business growing here, but they see it exploding. Okay. So yeah, so you can just realize, what has been the demand in either of these two categories, right? Or both the categories. So yeah, so that's that. To wrap it up, company remains good, everything remains good as of now, as I'm shooting this video. We'll have to just keep continuing to track the business even the next quarter to see, if things are going right, and it still remains on the path to achieve that 500 crores in FY26-27. So yeah, let us see. And I will be regular with this whole Q2FY24 workshops right now, because I'm done with the result tracking. Obviously, I was done with the result tracking on November 15th itself, and the last 15 days I've taken 15 to 20 days I've taken to like just read all the con calls of the companies that I track. And yeah, I think I'll bombard you with many more videos of various businesses. And yeah, let's see you again tomorrow. And until then, take care and bye.